Alright, so, little project with this tiny little problem. You look down there at the wheels. They ain't the healthiest on that one side. Now, it's a nice little welding cart made by a company, God only knows who it is, but they sell it under the Cornwell Tools brand. It only has two little drawbacks. It doesn't have a handle on the front, and it appears that the front casters basically give up the ghost if you push them to do a little bit of off-roading like I have to do around here, given all the crap that's in here. Kind of wish it had a handle like I did for this little vacuum cleaner rig that I put together. So that, by the way, is a piece of the braces from scaffolding that has been carefully bent and shaped and put into the small dolly, if you will, underneath of all the bits. I need something like that on this guy. And I think the best way to do it, that'd be a fan falling over, would be to put a mounting plate right about here that had the tube come up, move across, and come back down to a mounting plate over here so that it would trap everything in and then give me a nice handle right about there to grab hold of. And since I need to work on the trailer and this thing is a pain in the butt to move around with those wheels gone, we got to fix it. Now, only drawback, I don't have a jack that can slide underneath of it, so we're going to have to go old school, and we're going to use them 2x4s and a little bit of lever action to pick that puppy up, because I ain't emptying it. I'm lazy. Be back in a second. So, levers are your friend. Don't try this at home, boys and girls. Okay. Now, I'm pretty sure that ain't far enough back for what we want to do. By the way, there is a wheel chock behind the wheels back here. I'm not that dumb. But, I'm close. Let's see what we got down in the hole. What we got to take out of there. As with all things, I'm getting old, my knees suck. So, it's padding. Lots of goodies in here. A little bit of spray gun, more gloves, pressure controllers, different one, hoses, knickknacks and doodads, rear adjusters, and what appears to be 4 little bolts. I think we're going to move that back just a hair. Alright, not too much further than that. Let's go back here. Boom. We got a set of keys. Now, small nuts. Would we guess whether it is metric or English? Gonna have to be one of the two. Let's find out. I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to do part of this funky anyway. Let's just get 3 8/7/16 2 times. And for them to turn up metric, 10mm a couple times. And of course, my ratcheting 10mm, not there. This one, I guess. Because I don't know where my ratcheting 10mm is. It hides. Let's see if we can't take us off. Bad wheel. Yeah, that wheel ain't just there. It's done broke into. Are we 10mm? Or, yeah, 10mm, of course. Alright, I gotta see what I'm doing. He said. And there, partially stuck. Alright, 10mm boys and girls. If I can get the lever. Let's see if I can fake this out with a bit set of bigger casters. Yeah, power time. Well, it has a problem. Here it comes. What you think? Does that look like it'll work? Yeah. Positive proof that crappy wheels don't go so far. Can you reach around and go around the corner over there sitting on the bench and see there are 2 new casters? Yep, I'll take that one from you. You see them?
Wait, like those power thingies?
No, casters. They look like this. They should be sitting right there in front of you somewhere.
Yeah, they look a lot different.
Yeah, they're a little bit hefty-dutier. Let's see what we got. Yep, we got one on me. Got the other one on me. Of course, it won't fit in the normal holes, but that's about far. So what we're going to do is figure out where to put the holes in and get the hole maker. Will it fit this way, though? Is my question. Not a chance. Okay. So, we have to decide how we're going to do this. Let's drop the holder. Yes. That went a while ago, son. Well, that's just not working the way I want it to.
There has to be a solution.
How do I want to do this? Well, I need a magical marker, that much I do know. Yep. I need a marker that's not here in front of my nose. I really got to mark this up top. It will be much easier if I get a second hole in. Third hole. Now they're all the way up in the top of that toolbox, son. You see the big red toolbox over here that's got the little buckyballs on the side?
Yeah.
They're clean up in the top, and they say Sharpie on them, but they're way up high. Do not try to climb that box. Son, if you look over there, there's a little white stool. See you? Over against the wall there underneath the shelving. See the white stool? That ought to be enough. Get you right up there. Let's leave that in there. That's blocking the wheel so this thing doesn't roll away. They were gotten for Christmas for me, and every once in a blue moon they are very useful. They're little magnet mounts, and they have light bulbs in them. Little flashlight.
Oh, yeah.
Ah, come on now. You don't have to be evil rotten.
got a Sharpie.
Okay, that'll work. All right.
What are you doing?
Putting wheels on here because this is the wheel that it came with.
That came with it?
Yes.
Really?
Well, it has several problems here. Not the least of which is dirty, but I have to admit that the other problem is somewhat more major.
Doesn't even roll.
Pardon?
Doesn't even roll.
That is true. It's broken badly.
Hell. Loud noise.
No, just quiet noise actually.
Oh.
Ah, come on. Okay, right. That will give me some nice new spinning wheels that will also lock, which is kind of a handy feature. So I can use that. Well. Those drills, I'm going to have to update the index a little bit. Now, let me get rid of my jack here. Zunk. Good, nice little wheels. Yes. Much better. So at this point, I was using a camera with a boom mic on it, and the boom mic was switched off. We won't talk about the fact that I forgot to put batteries in it or anything else. What I'm attempting to do here is build the handle out of what used to be a scaffold brace, just like I showed earlier in the video. The tubing is steel. It's, I don't know, 14 gauge or so, and I'm using a tubing bender here that was gotten quite a long time ago to do steel tubes on an old 530 Construction King case backhoe loader. This one will bend a 1-inch tube. These are 1-inch tubes. I of course started to bend it backwards, and now I'm bending it the right direction after I managed to turn everything around the way it needs to be. The tube is fairly stiff. The handles are relatively short. But what I'm trying to do is make just a horseshoe bend tall enough that it will do what I want it to do in the welding cart to provide that front handle. So I take the first part of it, bend it, checking it with a square. You've got to bend it a little too much to have it relax back into the perfect 90 degree. I need to get my widths right, the radius is right, and get it set up turning the other way, which takes some thinking. As you can see, I'm reversing myself yet again. And getting it set, measured, centered the way I want, get the turn started by getting that particular hook right there which establishes the turn. If you'll see it in the center there, of exactly where I want it, and then of course I'm horsing it on around, try to bend it enough, get the measurement on it, and then put it all away. And it was slightly wide, but not too much. Get it all set square, cut it off, and I got a horseshoe. I'll take it over there, kind of look at it in position and see that it will in fact work. So now what I've got to do is take and make 2 little strips of steel that can be welded to the bar, drilled to fit the mounting holes of the original cart sides the way it was assembled, and busting it out here, just knocking out a couple of little coupons of steel, cleaning them up and getting the fuzzies off the edges so it won't hurt anything. Rounding them because the top edge feels better if it's rounded. There aren't things to snag me, which I seem to snag myself on anything that's square and sharp, and I wanted to make it a little bit more comfortable for those of us who are foolish. So now that I have nice wheels on the cart, it's real easy to roll it over. This thing is a Hobart 210 MVP, which is exceedingly nice for a little job like this. I don't have to break out the 220 volt power cables and whatnot. I just need to get it on to 110 volts with just enough amperage capability on the breakers. Since I'm welding, like I said, 14 or 16 gauge steel, 1/8 inch plate, it's relatively easy. It won't be a problem. So I'm getting everything squared up because I want the plate square with the tubing, kind of get it all lined up, get it square, get it tacked in place, and of course quickly buzz the weld on it real fast. It's a real simple weld. When that gets done, I got to check it, see that it looks like it'll work, and then go ahead and turn around and set the other side. Do lather, rinse, repeat. Get it finished up. Real quick welds. Again, just buzz down each side of it and make sure it works the way I want it to. And it looks like it'll work. Check it and see, and that's good. So we transfer over to fitting the cart up using a little pin punch and drilling the holes. Just get it set up. Yeah, clamping the wood down so that I'm drilling into the wood so it won't have any fights, and making sure that the wood won't move. I got plenty of leverage on the handle there, and I can punch the holes. Now with both of them done, I get one part of it set, temporarily mark the other holes the way I want them, just a fraction here, get them punched. And when that is done, I'll get those drilled. Yep, setting. Good. We go over here, we buzz 2 more holes in. That's the other one. Looks good. Come back and finish the assembly. I got smarter a little further along and started using vice grips underneath that allowed me to hold the cart with the welder on it, at least the shelf up high enough, and then I could just fit the bolts and tighten them up and get rid of the problem. Now the welder won't fit through the handle, but that really isn't the problem. What I needed was something I could grab up high that wasn't sliding around on the tray. The end result is this handle, which isn't particularly painted, but there's lots of other steel things in my shop that rust quietly. We live in the South, in North Carolina, so it's kind of like you're going to get rust no matter what you do. Get it all put together here.